Hello Man United fans! Stay connected because what we are diving into today could seriously shape the entire direction of Manchester United's midfield rebuild ahead of next season. And you will not want to miss a single detail as we break down some absolutely massive transfer developments, surprise targets, and serious internal debates happening behind the scenes at Old Trafford. Right now, Manchester United's recruitment team are working at full throttle. And make no mistake, this is a full-scale midfield rebuild in motion. The focus is crystal clear. Add control, power, intelligence, and that cutting edge in the middle of the park that has been missing in crucial moments. One of the names generating growing excitement is Hayden Hackney from Middlesbrough. Yes, you heard that right. A £30 million rated English midfield talent who has been turning heads with his composure, vision, and ability to dictate tempo like a proper modern playmaker. His connection with Michael Carrick only adds more intrigue to this story, and fans are already asking the big question. Is he ready for the pressure cooker of Old Trafford? Or is this a long-term project signing? But that is only the beginning of the conversation. Because alongside Hackney, Manchester United's scouting network have also reignited serious interest in AC Milan's electric winger Rafael Leao. Let that sink in. One of Serie A's most explosive wide attackers potentially becoming available for a reduced fee, reportedly around €50 million, due to AC Milan's disappointing campaign and internal restructuring. This is the kind of deal that makes fans sit up straight. Pace, power, flair, and unpredictability all wrapped into one devastating attacking weapon. But the question remains, would United go for a statement winger signing when midfield remains the priority? Or could Leao become a once-in-a-window opportunity, too big to ignore? Now shifting into the heart of the matter, the midfield rebuild that everything revolves around. Manchester United are heavily prioritising central midfield reinforcements as they prepare for a future without Casemiro, who is expected to move on. And what is unfolding behind the scenes at Carrington is nothing short of intense. Recruitment staff and analysts are constantly debating profiles, data models, and tactical fit to ensure they get this decision absolutely right. Because this signing cannot be a gamble. At the very top of the list is Ederson from Atalanta. Reports suggest discussions are already advancing, with United viewing him as a potential first major signing of the summer. His aggressive ball winning, intelligent positioning, and progressive passing make him a complete modern defensive midfielder. The kind of player who doesn't just protect the defense. He starts attacks, controls rhythm, and brings balance. The big question fans are now asking, could Ederson be the missing link that finally stabilizes United's midfield for years to come? Then comes another huge name, Sandro Tonali, an £86 million rated option who brings experience, tactical discipline, and elite-level European pedigree. His situation is being closely monitored, and while the fee is significant, United are clearly exploring whether a blockbuster move could be justified for a midfielder of his caliber. But is Tonali the right fit for the Premier League's intensity, week in, week out? Elliot Anderson is another rising name, firmly on the radar. Young, dynamic, fearless in possession, and already attracting attention from top clubs, including Manchester City. If United move for him, it would signal a long-term vision. But can they beat their rivals in a high-stakes domestic battle? And the list does not stop there. Brighton's Carlos Baleba, West Ham's Edson Alvarez, and Wolves' Juan Gomes are all being actively discussed in internal meetings. Each profile brings something different. Baleba with raw athleticism and potential, Alvarez with aggression and experience, Gomes with energy and technical control. But which of these midfield profiles truly fits the identity United are trying to build? So here is where it gets really interesting. With so many names on the table, the big debate is not just who United can sign, it is who they should sign. Do United go for immediate elite quality like Tonali? Do they invest in a rising star like Hackney or Anderson? Or do they take a data-driven approach and trust profiles like Ederson or Baleba to evolve into world-class midfielders at Old Trafford? And more importantly, will one signing be enough, or are we looking at a complete midfield overhaul this summer? United fans, this is where your opinion matters most. If you had the power at Carrington, who would you bring in to replace Casemiro's influence? Would you prioritise control, aggression, youth, or pure experience? And do you believe Rafael Leão is a realistic opportunity that United should seriously attack if the price truly has dropped? One thing is absolutely clear. Manchester United are not standing still. The rebuild is active, the discussions are intense, and the ambition is loud. But the big question remains, will they get it right this time? Or are we heading into another summer of what if? Manchester United's decision to step away from the pursuit of Elliot Anderson has sent a strong message across the Premier League transfer landscape, especially with Manchester City now appearing to have a clearer path if they decide to accelerate their interest. United were genuinely in the conversation for the Nottingham Forest midfielder, but once the valuation climbed beyond 115 million euros, the stance inside Old Trafford reportedly hardened, with the club refusing to be dragged into what they view as an inflated market situation. Make no mistake, this is a major call, because Anderson is widely regarded as one of the most technically gifted young midfielders in England, but United's hierarchy seem to have drawn a firm financial line in the sand. Does this signal a smarter recruitment strategy from United, or are they walking away from a generational type talent too early? That is the debate now heating up among fans. At the same time, attention has shifted heavily toward Carlos Baleba, with reports from Laurie Whitwell suggesting that interest has cooled slightly compared to earlier optimism, even though he remains firmly on the club's radar. Whitwell's insight paints a picture of a club that is constantly reassessing value, structure, and long-term squad balance, especially when Manchester United are trying to rebuild a midfield identity that has lacked consistency for years. The situation around Baleba feels complicated. United like him, they monitor him, they respect his potential, but the price demanded by Brighton and Hove Albion is believed to be another major sticking point. And this raises a brutal question for supporters. Are United being too disciplined, or are they risking missing out on elite young talent because of financial hesitation? From a tactical perspective, both Anderson and Baleba represent different profiles. Anderson with his creativity, ball progression, and attacking intelligence, while Baleba offers raw physical dominance, defensive coverage, and Premier League intensity at a young age. Yet in both cases, the same issue keeps appearing: valuation versus valuation of performance potential. United's withdrawal from the Anderson race, combined with the cooling situation around Baleba, suggests a broader strategy shift, possibly moving toward alternative targets who offer better financial structure or more realistic negotiations. But is that enough for a club that still demands immediate competitiveness at the very highest level? Fans will rightly wonder whether these decisions are about long-term discipline or short-term compromise. If City step in and secure Anderson, and Brighton continue to hold firm on Baleba, does that leave United exposed in the most critical area of the pitch? Or is this exactly the kind of restraint that prevents costly transfer mistakes, like we've seen across Europe in recent years? One thing is clear: the midfield rebuild at Old Trafford is far from straightforward, and every decision now feels like a defining moment. Are United building smartly behind the scenes, or are they being priced out of the very talent that could transform their future?